In this video, I'll show you how you can test whether an exception is being thrown or not. We're going to use a very simple example, this published method on blog post. So let's say that this published method will throw an exception when you try to call it on an already published blog post. I've already created a dedicated exception that we can use. This is how it looks like. Let's now write a test that proves that this code actually works. So I'm going to go to my blog post tests. Let's name this test. It does not allow to publish a post that is already published, like that. Let's create our post. So we're using our factory again here. Let's make sure that we use the published state and create it. So let's now publish this, run the test and see what happens. The test didn't succeed as it crashed because of that exception. How you can expect an exception being thrown is by calling throws on the test itself. And on that throws, you can pass the exception class name. So if you want to catch any exception, you can just do exception, but I think it's a good best practice to use a dedicated exception. So blog post could not be published. Let's import this and run the test again. And now we get green. Let's try to make it fail by not throwing an exception at all. Let's rerun the test. And now the test fails because we failed to assert that a certain exception was thrown. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to handle exceptions. Optionally, you could also pass in the exception message here. So if the exception message doesn't match, then the test will fail as well. If I remove this, then the test will pass. Oh, and did I forget to uncomment this? Let's do it again. So the test passes, and with another exception message, it fails. And we're now seeing that right error message. A last thing to note is that you could also just use the exception message here without specifying the exception class. This will work as well. And of course, we can make this fail too. Just a little sanity check. Ensure we're getting this message again. Let's run it again and it's all green.